life is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. Well, in a world where challenges are plentiful, it's easy for us to feel discouraged. Yet with enough guidance and support, most people can achieve more in life than they ever dreamed possible. Well, beyond your fears is everything you ever dreamed of. For the Dr. STEM Show will give the voiceless a voice and the hopeless hope. And now, here she is, Dr. STEM.
Hello, before we start the show, I wanted to ask, have you heard of the Empowerment Academy that I just created? Well, if you haven't, this is a platform that has unlimited access that you will have to confidence programs, self-esteem programs, and success building programs, as well as mental health and mental wellness programs. Join today at www.drstemi.com. Now, let's get into the show. Hello again and welcome to the Dr. STEM Show. What an exciting time it is. As you all know, for years and years, I have been doing this Dr. STEM Show to motivate, inspire, encourage, empower, but just to uplift people. So for this moment during this pandemic, I am hunting down anybody who's been doing similar work, uplifting people, motivating, coaching, and helping people become even better versions of themselves. And I'm excited today because the gentleman that I have on is a man that I saw on Facebook. Can you believe that? And year after year, he's been posting and I've been following, and I said, I need to have Mr. Charles, on this show so that, many of you can get to be inspired and motivated, but most of all, to get to know his heart and the work that he has done for years. Mr. Charles, welcome to the show.
Hi, Doctor. I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much. I'm just blessed, and that's gratitude with a capital G.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So because of your enthusiasm and everything, right? I was like, you know what? I don't think I can do him justice. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Who are you?
Well, I'm Charles Ellis. As you said, I am an author of 3 books, the Fire Within motivational, inspirational books. I am a life coach, certified life coach and advisor. I'm just someone who knows that there is so much that we're capable of doing, and I want to give service to the world by helping others. And I always want to change paradigms, our belief systems, because we've been told so many times that we can't do this, or we can't do that, or we're not good enough, or you have to do this to be able to do that. And I just want to encourage people and inspire people to, take control of their own lives. And, well, to borrow a quote from you, you are the CEO of your own life.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So the fire within, I mean, that's just like, burning right there. So that's one of your books. Was that the first book that you wrote?
Well, they're all Fire Within books. The first one is The Fire Within, right here, right now, because that's when it starts. It starts right here, right now. And the second one was The Fire Within, Transform Your Life, because now you're actually putting forth an effort, you're doing something. And my latest is The Fire Within, 30 Days to Success, where we are actually changing our paradigms and our mindsets.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought, The Fire Within, but it's a series of them that is still going on. So now we're doing the 30 Days to Success.
Yes.
I see. So then, you know what? I mean, just a segue, because of that fire within, right? Are you finding out that most of our light, our fire within was like snapped out of us with this pandemic in February, March, when this whole thing started?
You know what? Yes. The Fire Within, let me just say this.
Okay.
It's been called a lot of things. It's been called love. It's been called the power. It's been called the spirit. In Star Wars, they call it the force. But I like to call it the fire within because it burns. And even when we're not reaching our true potential and we feel disappointed or edgy or we can't rest, it's because that fire is telling us, hey, you can do more. Let's do this. Let's do that. And right now, I think it was kind of snuffed before. And during this pandemic, during this COVID-19, people are actually having time to sit back, get quiet, reinvent themselves, reinsert themselves. They're getting an opportunity to, you know what, I could be doing something different. You know, it's a time of reflection. And so during this time of reflection, it's a great time. That fire that's inside of us, it wants to come out. And so that's where I come in.
Wow. So, I mean, how did you get started? Before the show, we were talking and I was saying to you, what should I address you as? And you said, hey, I've been called so many words, Mr. Gratitude, Mr. Charles, Sir Charles. So I know you as Mr. Gratitude, I mean, from all the motivation and inspiration that you do. So how did you get started on this journey?
Life is really the biggest influence. And I've done so many things in my life. I did things it was for the money purposes. Although I've always wanted to be a teacher, I've always wanted to write, but I started doing other things. Now, I've helped and I've worked with the youth, mostly those who are at risk and those who had non-traditional work histories and backgrounds, and to help them, get started and, feel better about themselves and get out there and do something. Well, life happens. It happens to them. It happens to me. It happens to all of us, but what we do, we have to take control. And I've done a lot of things in the church. I was called on, to deliver the sermons many times. I was an employment specialist where I would help those with non-traditional work histories and backgrounds to seek, obtain, and maintain gainful employment. And I want to always help people change the way they think and what they believe in themselves. While we're out there watching other people soar, watching other people, make their dreams, we're stuck believing that, well, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough education, I don't have enough this or that. And I knew that that isn't the end of it. And once we take control of our own lives, things start to happen. But don't get me wrong, we need mentors, we need coaches, we need doctors, and you do a great, I'm so happy to have someone like you in my life.
Thank you.
But just so many things, life happened. And as life happens, I started thinking, you know what? Let me be an active participant. You know how people say that if you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs?
Yep.
That's true. And that was me. I remember 60, 70, 80, 90 hours of work, and it seemed like I wasn't getting anywhere. But once I understood that, you know what? There's so much more I can do. And when it started working and I started getting responses from other people that I would coach, I wanted to do more. And so every day I wake up doing that and with gratitude. And again, that's gratitude with a capital G.
With a capital G, you're right. When I read your bio and also hear you, speaking, it just sounds like, a mirror of also, my passion and some of the work that I have done that I'm continuing to do, right? But correct me if I'm wrong. I'm one of those people that want to help, those people that look like me and beyond, but to take advantage of the possibilities of the, things that are there in place for us, whether it's education, whether it's training, whether it's starting a business, because yes, we have all this, indiscrepancies and racial discriminations and everything that's happening, but at the same time, there are little windows of improvements that have been done and opportunities that have just open just a little bit. And I'm saying, let's maximize those that we have right now and still advocate for more doors to be open and much more to be given to us. Is that your
That's it. That's
mission as
the,
well?
that is it. You know, there are doors there.
Yeah.
And like you said, there are little windows. But every time there's an opportunity, and when we have people who do the things that we do, and they're out there with service, it's really very important that it gets out there, that people know that they can take advantage of it, that they know that there are people out there who believe like them, who have gone through struggles also, who didn't give up, who just won't quit, you know, who wants to, you know, soar, you know. And so I try to advocate for that. And when you offered and asked me to be on your show, I jumped at it because that's a great opportunity. You know, it's a wonderful opportunity. And the way we are able to network, you know, that's a great thing, especially during these times.
So the other thing that is really admirable, you know, of you during this, you know, challenging times that we're in, the pandemic, as well as, you know, the race talks that, you know, we're all talking about, if you are a Black man, you are one that is in the struggle. So if you are to also have an opportunity to speak to fellow Black men about survival and finding windows of opportunity during this, you know, time and beyond, what would you like to share with them?
I would like to share with them that your journey has yet to begin, the real journey, and that you have not even reached your cruising altitude, that there is so much more you can do, that if you continue to believe in yourself, because you know what, we've been told so long that, you know, we weren't good enough, or that we were lower, you know, things like that. But not to reach out for people who you see that are like you, or who look like you, that are doing great things, and get in contact with them, because there are so many people who are willing to help, willing to be of service, and that's the whole thing. It is a ripple effect.
Yeah, that's very good. So you are in your own business, right? Do you have your own business?
Yes, it's the Fire Within group.
The Fire Within group. Describe to us a little bit about what you do in the Fire Within group.
Yes, in the Fire Within group, what we do, we help people reach for their goals. We help them change their paradigms. I like to say that I use instruction and motivation and inspiration to hopefully inspire, to transform that person into their best selves. We always need to be our best selves, and that's an ongoing process. And at the Fire Within group, you know, I use my books. I use online courses. I use, of course, coaching, as I am a certified life coach.
Okay.
I do a lot of listening. We don't get a lot of listening in the world today. Now, we get a lot of talking, a lot of you should do this and you should do that. But when we start listening to people, we hear a lot of what they're not saying. What's behind that, the struggle, what's behind the self, well, I would say not believing in themselves, you know, low self-esteem, things like that. And so at the Fire Within group, I'm devoted to sharing everything that I've learned and helping them, you know, kind of, you know, to climb that ladder and to let them know that they're not alone. You know, and again, when I'm coaching or speaking or teaching, I don't always I let them figure it out, because they have it inside always. We all have it. That's that fire within. That's our truth, our authentic self. But it's been shut down, so we haven't really had an opportunity, or we are conditioned not to listen to it. And so I have them listen to themselves.
That's
quiet.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was the business affected during COVID-19? Were you affected? Well, were you
Actually,
affected? Of course you were.
well, yes, but truthfully, during this time, it's really enhanced it because now people are trying to reinvent themselves. Now they have a little bit more opportunity to sit back to read, to research, to, to build themselves up. So they're reinventing themselves. They are changing what they used to do. That old normal, I don't believe is coming back again. So it's a new normal that's coming. And so that new normal is sharing what you know with other people, being a inspiration to other people, being a help to other people, being of service and letting people know that, you know what, now is your time.
Yeah, it's almost like the Red Sea has been parted, and only those that are ready to cross it will find themselves enhanced on the other side, or you can still stay there and wait for it to part even further, and yet we don't know whether it's going to be closed out and you can't cross anymore. I don't know. That's my thinking.
You're absolutely right. Now is the time.
Yes.
Now is the time.
Yes.
When I wrote my first book, The Fire Within, Right Here, Right Now, it meant to get started right here, right now. And someone told me a couple of months ago, said, Charles, I remember you telling us that the whole face of employment and everything was going to change one day.
Yeah.
Right. And so if I work on myself now, if I stay ready, then, that old quote, you don't have to get ready. And that's what's happening. So yeah, right now is the time. There is no guarantees. It's like the computer age.
Yeah.
A lot of people waited and now they wish they hadn't waited.
I know. Everybody was scared of technology.
Exactly.
And all they say was, wow, all that technology, I don't want to be bothered with it. And now it's all technology.
Exactly.
So you're right. You're right. So being Mr. Go-Lucky, Mr. Gratitude, what keeps you going?
Well, it's my passion. Yeah. And now when people ask me, well, how are you doing today? And I'm like, I'm great. And they go, cool. And I say, well, I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. But when I say I wouldn't have it any other way, it doesn't mean that I don't go through challenges and difficulties. Yeah. It's just that I know I can come up out of that and then I grow through it, that I don't just go through it, but I grow through it. So not having it any other way, knowing that I am on my path. So that's
I love that. You just don't go through it, right? Is that what you say?
That's right. But you grow through it.
You grow through it. Writing all the quotes down. I love those kind of quotes. Yeah, don't just go through it, grow through it. You're very right, because this time shall pass.
Yes, this
time shall pass.
It shall.
And our hope, as Mr. Charles is saying, is that you don't come out on the other side being that very same person. Many people were at work in their lives where they were wishing things would change. They were wishing things were different. And now I say it's a clean slate for all of us. We are all even. We are all at the same beginning, at the same start, of the race of this life. Right. So are you going to run? Are you going to walk? Are you going to be on the sideline watching others walk? Or are you going to be in it to win it?
That is right. The other day, someone got in contact with me. Okay. She had gotten her master's degree at the beginning of the year, and she was kind of upset that things wasn't moving along as fast as she thought they should. And she said that she was searching the website. She came to my website. She saw one of the books, the latest one, the 30 Days to Success, and she decided to purchase it, and then she decided to give it her complete, the full 30 days. And she said she was amazed, and it was unbelievable if she hadn't went through it herself. And now she's trying to create her own business. She's happy, she's inspired, and now, like I said, it's a ripple effect. She's giving that to other people also.
Wow, that's awesome. And what I like about it is, there's some people that would say, well, I don't know what business to do, and I don't, know if there's enough room for me to even start something and sell it. Is that something that you address in those 30 days?
Oh, yes, I do, because it's a mindset.
Yep.
It's an abundance mindset. I mean, if you think that it's not there, well, it won't be there.
Yeah.
But you just have to know that, you know what? Once you give, there's more that's going to come in, and well, that's what I did. I got somewhere, I got quiet, and I asked myself, what exactly would I do if money was not an issue? You've probably heard this before. And I thought back and I said, you know what? I would write, and I would always try to encourage and inspire people. And that's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exciting, because then I'm trained as a mental health specialist, so I'm a therapist. But the difference that I did was I just didn't want to talk about the problems and get stuck there with people. I wanted to shift them and move them to the next level where your life has happened. Parents gave the best that they could, good and bad. But now the baton has been passed to you. I just didn't want people to not realize that they now have the baton. They have to run to the finishing line, because now they are stuck and still wondering, why were you slow? And why did you do this in my life? But now it's up to you, and you can totally erase everything that they did and start afresh and run to the finishing line and do it your way. As they say in the movies, you're now the producer, the director. They gave you life. How are you going to run to the end, and how would you finish this race of life?
Right. And just like that pen you have in your hand, they are the authors of their own life. And so they have to start writing, not depend on someone else to write. That part is over. Once you start writing, don't give up. Keep going, because, we like to try something for, a week, a couple weeks, and then we give up. Oh, it's not working. But keep writing.
Yeah, it's interesting you're saying that. I have 5 sisters, and I was talking to one of them yesterday, and she's like, you know what my disease is? And I said, oh, I'll tell you, because that's my disease too. Starting and never ending.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I hear what you say. So where can they get these books?
Well, they can go to Amazon, and they can either go to Barnes & Noble. They can type in The Fire Within, right here, right now, The Fire Within, Transform Your Life, The Fire Within, 30 Days to Success, or my name, Charles L. Ellis. And they can also contact me through my website, www.thefirewithingroup.com, or they can do one of my online courses. They can request a phone call, and you know what? There may be some free books in there for some people too.
Oh, okay. This is good. So don't worry, because then many people will be watching this and going, oh my God, what did you say about, I have all the links and everything right below, wherever you're going to see this, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or even, in the podcast. I do put all the links that you can get hold of Mr. Charles in there. Just, I don't know if you have it on there. I know daily you post something on Facebook. Do you have the ones that you posted yesterday and today with you there? Can you access them?
Right now, yeah.
You don't have them?
Right. But I know I did.
Yeah, because, let me see, because I love those. But do you have like a favorite quote a quotation that you love?
You know what? I have a couple. Good. One of them is, it starts with gratitude, it ends with gratitude, and everything in between should be filled with gratitude.
Oh, so that's gratitude all over.
With a capital G.
As he says, with the capital G. I love that. So what I like is, and I'll give you guys also the Facebook link to follow him on Facebook, because he does post, different quotes, and even, sometimes, he will talk about his books. So I'll read you. This one was 2 days ago. He said, from As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. A man can only rise, conquer, and achieve by lifting up his thoughts. And you heard him talk about thoughts, in this today. From The Fire Within, which is his book, he says, what many people do not realize is that your thoughts act like magnets, in that they will draw to you people, things, and of course, other thoughts which are in harmony with your thoughts. And I'll add to that, they will also bring money to you, because a lot of people, that's the only thing that, but it doesn't bring me money. Oh, yes. It brings you money. Right, Mr. Charles?
You're absolutely right.
It's the law of attraction. What can we say?
That's it. Hey, it's there.
So as we part, do you have any words of advice that you can part with the audience?
Yes, I would just like to say this. Look, you've heard it before. If it's to be, it's up to me. Start right now. It doesn't matter what happened before. You just have to get started, and you just have to keep moving forward. And find a mentor, find a coach, find a therapist, find someone who's doing what you want to do that has integrity, and reach out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what I want to also let the audience know is, guess what? Once you start doing what it is that is your passion, that you love doing, and your heart, right? Mr. Charles has been doing this for years and years, and I've been doing, pretty much what I do for years as well. But look at the timing. That one morning, I'm just like, well, you know what? I wonder if you would want to come on the Dr. Stem Show. And I send an email. Do you know what that feels like for you to just get those opportunities and moments when you least likely get it? It's awesome. So don't give up. If you've been working on something and it looks like it's not working, it is working. So don't give up on whatever your dream is. Try something else. Hold on to the faith and courage that you have. So I wanted to also leave you with this quote from one of my favorite authors, Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." Yes. Thank you so much for being on the show today, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you.
I will see you in Facebook. And guess what? I want to, my whole goal, prayer, and wish is that every one of the guests that I've had on the Dr. Stem Show, that we can do a tour. If I'm coming to California, I'll be on stage and you'll be on stage as a speaker as well, doing the same thing that we're doing now, but on stage. So from my mouth to the one who makes it all happen. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You just heard from Dr. Stem. She is opening up an opportunity for you to have unlimited access to Empowerment Hub, filled with life success resources to help you deal with stress, communication, confidence issues, career decisions, business success tips, and more. So now, the only question left is, are you ready? Are you ready to tackle that one thing preventing you from achieving your highest potential? To achieve that one goal you've been chasing, to turn your dreams into reality, to finally keep that promise you've been making to yourself. Let Dr. Stem's programs be your guide to feeling more confident and fearless. Are you ready to become a Premier member for only $27 a month? That's less than a coaching session. Get unlimited access to Dr. Stem's empowerment courses, ebooks, free webinars, and more. Become a member today for only $27 a month.